guys, and welcome back to another video. You'll have to excuse the absolute state that is me at the moment. Like, yeah, it's what it is. 6 months ago I never ever thought I'd be filming a video looking like this, but this is where we're at. My skin and my face is so burnt from holiday, and yeah, I've burnt all my lips as well, so yeah, that's fun. So yeah, I know I promised that I would film this video regarding the first timers in competing in Birmingham, because I think I scared the absolute life out of some people. This is aimed at you, Tash. I didn't mean to put anyone off, but you know, if I can help anyone in any way, I've already had quite a lot of people DM me asking me for tips and tricks about Birmingham, so I thought, you know what, I'll just do a video and go through everything. And if there's anything else you're unsure of, you can leave a comment below or send me a message on Instagram. I'm more than happy to get back to you. So I have actually wrote a list, because there was a lot of things that I wish I knew before, and it's just trial and error at the end of the day. So if I can help anyone in any way, then that's why we're here. So yeah, the first thing that threw me off, and I don't mean to scare anyone, was obviously I'm not familiar with Birmingham city centre at all. I've not been for years. And I didn't realise that you had to pay a clean air charge to drive. I think it's just diesel cars, but I could be wrong, but make sure you double check. To drive a diesel car through the main city centre. There is signs up all through Birmingham, but one of my friends went and she didn't actually realise, and I told her after. So I got an email informing me from my accommodation about this. I think it was £8 a day. So obviously I was there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and you just go online and you just pay it online. So I actually did it before I got to Birmingham, just so I wasn't stressing about it. And I think you have a few days after that you can go on and pay, otherwise you will get fined. Obviously they track your registration, so you will get fined, so just make sure you're aware of that. Parking in Birmingham is also very expensive, so just make sure you're prepared for that. I think we paid probably close to £50 on parking for the 3 days. So ideally book accommodation that has parking, but I know that's not always practical, so that's just something to be aware of as well. It is very expensive. Another thing, the apartment that we booked was through booking.com. Normally I go through Airbnb, but everything was fully booked. So I went through booking.com, obviously paid for my accommodation. It was quite cheap actually for that weekend, because it was expensive. And the day before we arrived, I actually got an email off the accommodation saying that they were charging my card £250 deposit, like as a damage fee. So they actually took that amount off my card and then refunded it afterwards. So that's just an expense that I wasn't aware of. Obviously I got the money back, but you need to make sure you have the money in the first place, just so it doesn't throw you off guard. So that's that. And then while we're on the subject of apartments, I was like, oh my god, I need an apartment, I need a kitchen, I need this, I need that. I actually didn't use the kitchen once in the apartment to cook anything. And my second show, I actually stayed in a travel lodge, and it was so much easier. All I did was I bought loads of packs of ready cooked chicken, kept them in my cool bag with the freezer packs, and it was absolutely fine. I didn't actually eat that much chicken on show day. It was just more for the day before. But on the Thursday I spent all morning cooking chicken, and I didn't need to. I just went to Tesco, bought some ready packs, and that was that. So don't stress if you don't have an apartment, because it's not the end of the world. By that point in prep, you don't give a shit if you're eating cold chicken and cold veg, to be honest with you. So don't stress if you don't have an apartment. Getting around, so I stayed the night before on the Friday, my show was on the Saturday, and once we checked into the apartment, me and Neil actually went for a walk to see where the town hall was in regards to the accommodation that we were staying at, because it's actually hard to gauge on the map if you're not familiar with the area. So it was actually a 3-minute walk from the venue. Oh, that's another thing, I'll write that down. Actually, it was a 3-minute walk from the venue, but it was quite pedestrianised, so Neil couldn't sort of drop me off right outside the town hall. I had to walk, which was fine, but on actual show day it started to rain on the morning and I wasn't prepared. I didn't have a coat. I had a really tight hoodie on, so make sure you take either a big coat or a baggy hoodie, something to completely cover your hands, your feet, everything. Luckily I got away without getting splashed, but also make sure you take a big umbrella. Just be prepared, you might get rained on. And where the town hall is situated, it's not, you can't literally get dropped off right outside, or if you can, I didn't see where you could, so just be prepared for that. So I went to the venue the night before just to check where it was, so I wasn't getting stressed. And also I'd booked somewhere for post show that was quite far out from the city centre. All I did the night before was have a walk up and down the high street, looked for somewhere that I wanted for post-show food, checked the menus out and just walked in and booked. And I think there was 10 of us and it wasn't a problem at all. So don't worry about if you've got nothing booked for post-show, there's plenty of food places around. And if you are worried, just call in the night before and get something booked. So that's that. Probably the most stressful thing for me was the tan. So we were staying right in the middle of the city centre with a car, and the tan was at Emporium Gym. I think it was Emporium Gym. I don't know if it is for this show, I'm not 100% sure, but that was the biggest chew on for me. Getting from the apartment, driving out the city centre, going in all the lanes, and you have to sort of do a loop on yourself from where we were to get to Emporium Gym. You can't just drive across there, it's like a one-way and you have to go all the way around. And obviously it was really busy, so people were just abandoning cars. And if you go so far, you can't go back up the road because it's one way. So Neil basically parked his car, sat and waited for me, and I walked. So that's another thing, to take your umbrella and your big coat for that, just in case you do get caught out. But if I was to do that again, I would get an Uber, 100%. I wouldn't fuck on with driving. I would 100% get an Uber because it would just be easier. So that's something to consider. I know 2 of the girls that were competing in figure actually got Ubers as well, just so they didn't have to drive the car around. Make sure you take your meals with you for tan, because I was naive and thought, oh, I won't be that long. 2 hours later, coming home after 9 o'clock at night, fucking starving, doing my check-in. So yeah, take your food with you. Even if you don't use it, it's better to have it than be in the situation I was in and not having it. So that's another thing. What else? If you've booked your hair and makeup through PCA, expect this is more aimed if you're competing in figure, because I don't know the running times for bikini. But if you've booked your hair and makeup through PCA, do not get stressed if your tanning slot, I think the tanning slot started at 6 o'clock on the Saturday morning, and then I think like my hair and makeup was 6:30. So it doesn't give you enough time to get to another part of Birmingham, get your tan, get dried off, and then drive back for your hair and makeup. So what I had to do, what it was for us was, it was like figure slots. I think it was 6 till, I don't know, say 6:45. And then it was a men's slot for half an hour, and then it was an open women's slot. So I went straight to the venue to get my hair and makeup done. Went back to my apartment. Neil drove me to the tan. I'd literally just missed the women's slot by about 5 minutes, and they were taking all the men in. So then I had to wait for all the men to get tanned, and then the women's slot opened again, and I was so stressed. But I didn't need to be stressed because they got me straight in, I was straight out. And registration, I think registration was either 10 or 10:30, and I was chewed thinking I'm going to be late. But it doesn't matter if you're late for registration. All you do is you go to the desk, you give them your name, they tick you off on a list, they give you your badge and they give you your welcome pack and tell you where to go, and you have a good few hours before you're actually on stage. So do not stress if you're late for registration, because that's what I was worried about. Yeah, so to sum that up, basically, if your hair and makeup's booked in early, get that done first, then go for your tanning slot, then go for your registration. I packed my bag the day before, everything that I was taking for show day, like to the actual venue, so that I wasn't coming back and quickly piling stuff in a bag, just so you can be a bit more prepared. What I will say, on my second show, I actually went to the venue fully ready. The show in Birmingham, I put my bikini on in the toilets, put all my jewellery on in the toilets, got ready there. My second show, I went to the venue fully ready, and I felt so much more prepared, so much less stressed. I didn't want to sit around in my bikini, but at the end of the day, like, it wasn't uncomfortable sitting around in my bikini. The second one, I preferred going in being 100% ready. All my makeup's done, my hair was done, jewellery, bikini on, and I literally went to the venue in my robe and my heels, and that was a lot easier for me. Because the first show I was sat backstage with all the girls, and we were going, well, what time do we get ready? Well, what time are you putting your bikini on? Oh, I don't know. What time are you putting yours on? Do you know what I mean? So, and then getting ready in the toilets is not ideal. So yeah, that is another tip. You can watch the show. Obviously, if you're doing figure, men's bodybuilding's on first. My first show, I didn't watch the show at all. I just went backstage. The second show, I watched a little bit of the show, but to be honest, I was just stressed, thinking, oh my god, are they calling for me? Oh my god, do I need to be backstage? So that's completely up to you. Obviously if you're bikini, you'll be competing a lot later, so you'll have a lot more time if you want to watch the show or not. I will say check the venue out, because it's interesting to see what the stage looks like. And also, I didn't go to the front of the venue where they have all the merchandise and everything. I went through like a side door, so I missed out on all of that as well. So that's another thing. One thing that I really regret with my first show is not getting enough photos and videos before I went on stage. So I was so worried about what I looked like and thought I looked crap compared to everyone else. I didn't dare ask anyone to take any photos or videos on me, which is absolutely ridiculous. Like, and I could kick myself now for that, because I think, like, what was wrong with me? But I was so in my own head. And then afterwards, obviously I got a lot of photos and videos, but then it started raining. So make sure you get plenty of photos and videos if you're planning on doing content after, you know, the bikini reveal, picture outside the town hall, a picture with your coach. Get as many photos and videos as you can, because you will not get that opportunity again. My second show, I got a lot of photos before stage, and then after stage I didn't get that many, because I don't know why. And again, I could kick myself. I wish I'd spent more time outside the venue and got more photos, but it is what it is. So yeah, top tips: do not stress about your hair and makeup and tan. Everything will come together 100%. It's not worth worrying about. The girls in the tanning are absolutely fantastic, and they accommodate you and they understand though it's stressful, especially though it's your first time. Second top tip, take your meals to tanning with you, because you don't know how long you're going to be. Third one, take as many photos and videos as you can. And that's it really. Just make sure you're prepared for the extra charges that are gonna come up, and enjoy it backstage. Make sure you talk to the other girls, you know, everyone's really friendly. It's not scary like what you would think. Everyone's in the same boat at the end of the day. Everyone's a first timer, which is what makes it great. And the tanning experience is nowhere near as bad as what you think. And by that point, you literally don't give a shit anyway. So yeah, just enjoy it for what it is. I just thought of something else. What was the other thing I just thought of? Oh, another thing that I've just thought of. My first show, there was loads of like pump up bands and stuff backstage. Now, I don't know about anyone else, but I don't get as good of a pump off shitty little bands and stuff, you know, it's not COVID anymore. So for my second show, I actually took a pair of 5 kilogram dumbbells with me, because you can do a lot more exercises with them than you can with the bands. And I also took some pump product on both shows. They tell you when you're going on, so you've got time for that to work. But yeah, if you can, I would definitely take a couple of dumbbells with you, because it's so much easier. Because my first show, I was stood backstage with these shitty little bands thinking, oh my god, like I completely forgot all my exercises from COVID. So yeah, that's another top tip that no one had told me. And where's it gone? This stuff is a lifesaver for getting your tan off post show. My first show, that tan clung to me for like 2 weeks. My second show, I bought this and it was off within 2 days. So yeah, I got this from Compact. It's definitely worth investing in. And yeah, I think that's it really, guys. If you've got any questions or there's anything else you think of, drop me a comment below or send me a DM. Unfortunately, I'm not actually going to the show in person because I'm at work next weekend, but I will be watching the live stream. I can't wait to see everyone compete. I've been following a lot of you girls on Instagram this year. I've spoke to a lot of you over the year, so yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching the show online and seeing how everyone does. And if you need me for anything, yeah, just send me a message. Bye.